So let's get started with texturing. First, we need to fine-tune the UI for that. Let's split that view and switch it to UV image editor, basically the one we had when we were doing UVs, and on the right side switch to texture painting. We're going to create a new image. I think 1024 to 1024 is enough for that character because it's pretty pixelated. We'll choose that image here and save it. I'm saving it in my textures folder. Yep. And it's very important for us to have a reference image for the color. So I'm going to power up Krita, which is an open source image editor. You can use GIMP, Paint, whatever, Photoshop. The only thing I want to do now is, this is the image that we have just saved in Blender. It's loaded up, it's totally black, but I want to have the reference here. So there is this image of Steve that I got from internet. Here it is. And let's just select it and copy paste it to that black image and put it somewhere in the right top corner, because this is where we have no UVs, if you remember. Let's save it, switch back to Blender, and from image, reload image, and if you look to the right top corner of that, we have that reference here for the colors. So now we can start filling in the colors. So let's get the color picker and get the skin tone and just fill the whole object with that color so we can just see it, which black is not very helpful. Now let's turn on the selection mask so we can take advantage of the topology of the geometry for filling in the colors. So let's try to fill in the shirt color. I've used L to select all of these polygons, and let's deselect these. And as you can see, the selection is working the same way as it used to work when we're doing UVs. So L only goes up to seams, UV seams. So let's try to select these areas that we cannot really see well here. This guy. So let's sample the color of the shirt from the reference. Here we go. And just click to fill the selection. And you can see that this is represented on the UV as well. And we forgot to select one of the sides. We could actually do that right here in the UV image editor. I could try to fill it in, or if you really want to, you could paint right here on a 2D image. You can use just a brush, but this is not very useful in that case, in the case of that character. Because drawing these flat colors doesn't make any sense, so let's just fill it in here and here. To make our life easier when selecting faces that we want to fill with color, I think we should go to edit mode and add some more UV seams in the areas where the color changes, like in this case with the sleeve. If we add a mark a seam here, this is gonna really simplify the process of selection, because we're gonna only have to press L on those faces and that's it. And this is not affecting in any way our UV layout, because we're just marking a seam. Yes, it's cut there, but the alignment of UV stays the same. So mark here, here. Where else? We're gonna have to, I think, mark a seam in the places where hair is as well. Let's go back to texturing and see. That's as easy as that. We can select now the arm, or in that case sleeve, which is what we want. Yeah, and I've just noticed that the strength of the color was set to 0.5, and that's where we had these dirty colors. This is much better, but we're gonna have to redo some of the stuff that we've already done, but it's much easier because we can just click on the UVs like that. Good. You can see we get some light artifacts here in the color area. This is due to the projection of UVs. But we will come back to that later. For now, let's just mark all the main colors that we need in the main areas. A small nuance that I wanted to mention is that the image that is used for the texture is a separate file. Even though we're editing it here, it, it is not saved when you save the Blender file. So keep that in mind, and you need to save it by a separate procedure, which is an image save image on this left side in the UV editor. You can see that there is this little star on top of the image word in the menu. That means that the file has been saved and that the file has been edited but not saved yet. So please keep that in mind, because it's easy to forget about that, and then you just close the file and get back to the file, and some of the changes that you did to the image are not applied. So once again, in the image editor, go to this image menu and press save image whenever you think you should save that texture painting that you did. To be able to easily select a mask for the hair, I would like us to mark the edges of the hair area. Now that we have the seam, we can easily select the faces that make up the hair by pressing L. I missed something here, but let's just remove the selection instead of redoing the seam. It's not that important. And now we can feel it with the color of the hair. Good.